Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Nikita Antoine and today we'll be doing a message for the sign of Gemini. As always, Gemini, all of the readings are timeless, so when the message finds you and resonates, then it is yours at the time in which you find it. Gemini, I have done your, hang on, there we go. I have done your spread today with the Ethereal Visions Tarot, the Dreamscape Oracle, and the Luna Tarot. So you'll be seeing all three of those, all by Matt Hughes in your spread. Gemini, it seems like you're being chased by a manifestation. So let's see what's going on and let's kind of get like a little higher perspective on this. Because whatever feels like it's chasing you, it's trying to show you something significant about the strength of your magic. So, you know, while you're trying to run away, it's almost like a message of don't throw the baby out with the bathwater type of thing. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, we have, we've got the Chariot. This is a really fast, it's got a lot of momentum. I want to say that this is you because it seems like you're this one that's kind of like running away. So running away, you've got places to go, places to be. You're on your way, and you're getting there. You're wanting at least to get there, incredibly fast. It's a very fast movement. All right, so on the split we have, and this is this weight. Okay. This is the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands talks about burdens. So can you see how, like, you're wanting to take lift off, you're wanting to lift off, you're wanting to move, you're ready to go forward. But then there's this, it's coming through as kind of like a counterweight. There's like a weight that is holding you in place. It's reminding me of, like, I'm seeing people who, like when they're strength training, or like running, and they have that parachute on the back of them. It's like they're running, gusting forward, and that parachute is kind of like pulling against them, and it's strength training. That's what this is for you. So because we do have the strength card actually like in the middle of your spread. So it's definitely talking about like, it's like you're going through strength training. You might not necessarily realize that because you're trying to move away from whatever you've manifested. All right, so let's get an overall energy for Gemini. And it's kind of all exploded. I don't think, oh, okay, well, there's one in my hand. There we go. So, okay, what's falling out at the bottom? The King of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. So it's almost like a message to a daughter. So like a father messaging a daughter, something along those lines, or someone who's older than you messaging you, something like that. I don't know what that is. Anyways, so actually, but what actually flipped over my hand, which we'll take as the overall energy, is the Ten of Cups. So look at this transition. This is really interesting because we've got a 10-10 here, and 10-10, the number synchronicity made a really prominent message. Maybe that's what this is, a prominent message. King of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles. There's a prominent message in the Virgo reading. It was talking about 10-10. It was talking about transitioning into a new stage of life and having to pass through this judgment. And you're presenting here with a similar message. It's definitely 10-10. So, you know, new cycles are approaching you. With this one, it feels like it's like you kind of have to pass through this burdensome area to get to the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups talks about your, well, it's your wish fulfillment. Your wish fulfillment, everything that you deem as emotionally satisfying. So for you, at least Gemini, it kind of looks like what would be really emotionally satisfying for you is to like get away from this manifestation. So, all right, so it's coming. It's just there's a period in time where you're feeling like you are being anchored down, like you can't move. But that's purposeful. There's a purpose in this. Okay, so you're starting off with the Fool. You're presenting here as the Fool. I'm just making sure that you're the Fool. I'm suddenly getting like a message of that this could be like vice versa. Is that what that is? Yeah, okay. So, you know, put yourself where you are. You could be the one that is running away from the manifestation, or you could be the magician themselves. The magician is actually represented by Gemini, so now I'm like going back and forth. Anyway, I feel like you're the Fool. So, you're the Fool. You're in this, it's almost like you're already in this space of starting new. It's like a brand new, fresh start. Something, you know, whatever has happened before in this manifestation, it's like you're kind of, it's like you're finished with it. You're finished with that manifestation, and you're ready to move on to the next thing. You're ready to move on to your next adventure. And what I'm seeing here is like you have so much gusto. Like you're so fired up. Like look at all of this forward momentum. Like you are moving forward very strongly. But then what I see is it's this manifestation. So you know, maybe perhaps like you are, this Magician card is presenting us two ways. It's like you are the one who made this. You're the one who designed this manifestation. And now you're trying to kind of like rid yourself of it. So it's representing you as the manifester and the manifestation. So that's interesting. What I'm seeing is like it's like as you're moving, it's like this manifestation is following you. It's following you. And it feels like you're trying to rid yourself of it. What's being pointed out to me here is like, you know, this being your manifestation, and you actually, a part of you kind of being embedded inside the manifestation. So it's giving me a message of kind of like the reason why it's following you is because there's something in that manifestation that is reflective of you. There's some aspect in it that is trying to reveal itself to you because it's a part of you. So it's kind of like almost like not necessarily wanting to look at like kind of looking in the mirror in a sense. There's something about it that it's like you're not wanting to look at it, and that's what, and you're kind of wanting to just like bury it or put it down or get it out of your sights, and you keep moving forward and it keeps following you, but it's like it's trying to show you something about your manifestation. See this, like this big, it's honing in on you. It's trying to show you something about your manifestation, and that's why it keeps following you. So it's kind of like in order to release that weight that's behind you, and move quickly into the next thing, into that 10 of Cups, and trying, you know what I mean, like releasing these burdens, right? The weight, and moving directly into the 10 of Cups. It's like you need to turn around just for a moment. Just turn around and take a look at your manifestation. It's kind of like you, in order to take that parachute off the runner, if you will, you gotta turn around and like unclick it. You know what I mean? Like you gotta take it off. So that's what's being required here. It's like you keep moving forward in a direction, and it might feel to you like you're not getting anywhere, like you're running in place. But it's because there's something in your manifestation that's wanting to make itself known, and it has something to do with you, and maybe like how you manifest, or I want to say it has to. Okay, so with the Strength card that's presented next, what's honing in is actually like, it feels like there's not a mistake in your manifestation. There's nothing wrong necessarily about how you're manifesting, or all of the elements that are put in. It's like there's something that you're not noticing, and it has to do with the Strength card. So it's kind of beneficial because it's like you're not seeing the strength of your own abilities to be able to create new situations, new manifestations. I mean, this whole reading is all about manifestation. So that's what it's talking about. It's like you're not realizing the strength of your manifestational abilities. And because your manifestational abilities are so strong, it's like they're, how do I explain this? Because it is so strong, the attachment to them is even like stronger, because this has the Ouroboros, and then of course we've got the infinity sign up here. I mean, it's like an infinity Ouroboros like combination, whatever. Anyways, so what it's referring to is that it's like there's a tie-in. It's like because your manifestations are so strong, that means that the connection to your manifestation is like, it's really tight. It's really I'm trying to think about like how to explain this, because it's a part of you, so it's tied together intrinsically to you. There's something about that. That's what that attachment is. It's like you're wanting to detach from this manifestation, but because your manifestational abilities are so strong, it's like the attraction, it's like it's like your manifestation is acting as a magnet, like to you. You see what I'm saying? And so because that attraction is so strong, it's like that's why because it takes a lot of effort, you know what I mean, to like break apart magnets. Well, I mean, of course if they're small enough, you know what I mean. So there's a lot of energy that goes into that, and so it's like it's almost like there's a realization that needs to happen here in order to detach yourself from this manifestation. I'm thinking about how like we're talking a lot about manifestation, and a lot about your strengths and your abilities to be able to create, right? And at least in this like for me right now in this reading, it feels very, mental. Like this is I mean, I know there's no swords out here, but this is presenting, this manifestation is presenting as something like it's cerebral. But the element I think that you're not necessarily considering, you know, the one that is actually really, really strong is this, it's coming through in a cups energy, because we have the lovers here. And the lovers talks about heart connection, heart attachments. So there's an element in this manifestation that you're wanting to rid yourself of that has a heart attachment. Like it has a connection, like a lover's connection. There's a connection in it that is incredibly strong. It's very strong. And it's like the, what do you call that? It's not acknowledgement, the disacknowledgement. I don't know. The not acknowledging this heart connection is what's preventing you from moving beyond this manifestation. It's like a denial. It's some type of it's like a denial type of thing, because you're trying to run away from it. You're trying to run away from what connects you to your manifestation. And what's connecting you to your manifestation is like a love connection or a heart, like a heart bond, a very strong bond. And so if you're wanting to, it's like you're seeing that bond as the Ten of Wands. You're seeing it as something that's really heavy, it's really burdensome to you, and you're wanting to kind of drop it, right? So that you could move on into this Ten of Cups, which, mind you, is another, the Ten of Cups talks about your fulfillment, but with others, because it's two people, right? So it's like you're wanting to move into new connections, but what's preventing you is this previous heart bond, is what it's coming through as. And we were talking about, in order to kind of release that, you need to turn around and face. It's like you need to turn around and face your manifestation and accept. There's like an acceptance that needs to happen here, because that acceptance is coming through with the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands talks about like your victory, your success, right? And in order to receive your victory being releasing yourself from this previous manifestation, you need to turn around and acknowledge that this existed. You need to acknowledge the existence of your manifestation. Not only that, you also need to acknowledge the strength of your manifestational abilities as well. It's like there's a whole bunch that's wanting to make itself known to you, and that's why it's acting as an anchor, because you haven't seen everything that you need to see from this situation. That's why you find yourself still running away from it, and it's still chasing you, because it's like, no, I have more for you to learn. Not necessarily learn like lessons or anything, but I have more for you to like see. So it seems like there's a couple different things that are wanting to be like claimed, right? And it's that one, it's like the strength of your abilities. The other thing is that and you might not realize that this is happening as well, is that in your manifestations, you're putting in, like, you think that this is a cerebral process, and there's elements, there's like heart elements that are being added that you might not necessarily know of. And but that's actually what is increasing the strength of your manifestation, is this like heart focused, like desire, your real desires, you know what I mean, your true desire, your heart desires, is what's helping to fuel this manifestation. But it's also those heart desires that are attaching you to your manifestation. And so in order to kind of like sever that and move on, 1010, move on to the next phase, it's like you need to turn around and acknowledge that that was once your desire. It was once it's not now currently, but it was once. And if you continue, it's like if you continue to deny how you felt about everything, then you're going to continue to feel this weight. Okay, Gemini. If this at all resonated, I'm going to be doing an extended reading, and you can find a link for that in the description box, okay? See you there.